What's up, guys? It's the Baseball Science Guy here with the video article on on-deck routines and weighted implement training. So, I want to talk about this because I feel that having a plan in the batter's box, before you step into the batter's box, is something that's very critical if you want to be a successful baseball player. So whether that's mental or physical preparation, right, we should always get ready in some sense before we step into the box. So if you turn on any Major League Baseball game or go down to a Summer League game, right, you're going to see a bunch of different warm-ups. So some of these may look like someone putting a donut on their bat and producing a bunch of crappy swings, putting a donut on their bat, taking a few swings, taking it off, doing some more swings, just swinging with your normal bat, I don't know, or just no swinging at all and using that time to time up the pitcher and everything. So if I were to ask you, why do you perform X, Y, Z for your warm-up, I would hope that you can give me some sort of answer as to why you do this for your routine, because I think having the why is something that's going to help us, right? So this got me really interested in looking further into the research about overloaded and underloaded implement training. So what does the research actually say about the donut? Well, so I'll reference one paper first. So there was one study that was done that had all the subjects or participants put a donut on their bat. They produced X amount of swings. They took the donut off and they produced some more swings. A large number of the cohort said that their perception was that they were swinging the bat a lot faster because it felt lighter. So even though this perception of the players thinking that they're swinging harder, the statistics actually showed that within the group, swing velocity actually decreased. So, hammering this home even more, if you're using a donut, you are most likely going to decrease your swing velocity as well as change the mechanics in your swing. So obviously this is something that is not going to be beneficial for you because the swinging motion is something that's very highly skilled and it requires the synchrony of the entire body, right? And the nervous system needs to be firing at all cylinders, right? So the donut also increases the moment of inertia in your swing. So basically, moment of inertia is the tendency to resist angular acceleration, which is, again, something that's not very beneficial and something that's not going to help you out. So then I started to decide to get further into the overloaded versus underloaded research, and I came across a lot of papers by Dr. Kuptarine, who is basically the godfather of weighted implement research for baseball. So to sum up all of his years of research, if you stay within a 10% range of your normal game bat, then you can see an acute increase in swing velocity, and it will not change your swing mechanics, right? So this is something that's definitely applicable and something that you could use in the on-deck circle. So let's say, for example, you use a 33-inch, 30-ounce bat, right? If you want to stay within this 10% range, you have about 3 ounces to play around with. So going back to this 33-30 example, for your overloaded bat, you can use a 33-33, and for your underloaded bat, you can use a 33 27-ounce bat, right? So staying within this 10% range, it works to increase your swing velocity without altering your swing mechanics, is because it basically turns on the nervous system, right? So if you go, so the donut goes way above that 10% range, and the reason why it decreases your swing velocity is because it fatigues the nervous system, which is something that definitely makes sense. So again, staying within that 10% range can increase your swing velocity without changing your mechanics, right? Definitely something that can be beneficial for you in the on-deck circle. So then lastly, there was one other paper that I came across that was by Takatoshi Higuchi out of Japan. And very interesting paper. It had nothing to do with swing training. It was with isometric contractions. So basically, isometric contraction is keeping one joint angle and there's no speed to the movement. So let's say you're doing a bicep curl, right? You're trying to curl 100 pounds. You can contract all you want to try and get it off the floor, but most likely you're not going to get it off the floor, and you're maximally contracting that muscle. So you're staying in that joint angle in your elbow. So then how does this even relate to baseball? So what did this researcher even do? So what Higuchi found was that holding a maximal contraction against an external load at the contact point during the swing. So right-handed hitter, okay, so your top hand, holding an external load, I would be at this point in my swing, right, pushing as hard as I can, and then with my top hand, I would be in this position right here, pulling as hard as I can. So what Higuchi found was by doing this specific protocol, by using maximal isometric contractions, he saw an increase in swing velocity in the acute time frame, which is something that's definitely interesting because the swing motion is something that is definitely with high velocity and a lot of power and a lot of recruitment from the nervous system. So the theory behind the isometric contraction study is that it's a different way to kind of recruit the nervous system or to turn on the nervous system to be able to increase your performance or to reach your peak in a quicker way. But the only limitation to that one study is that you would need around 3 minutes between your contractions to see that peak in performance. So it's something that's not applicable for the game of baseball because when are you going to be in the on-deck circle for 3 minutes, right? It's something that won't really work, and there's a lot more research that needs to be done so that we can further understand this topic. Again, very interesting paper though, and it's something that we can't just ignore, right? So we found some results out of this paper, and now we saw some pretty interesting results. We should look further into it to further understand it. So again, some key takeaways from overloaded and underweighted training. Okay, don't use a donut because it will decrease your swing velocity and alter your swing mechanics. All right. A better way to increase your swing velocity is to stay within this 10% range, right? So again, 33-30 example. If you use a 33-inch bat, 30 ounces, you have 3 ounces to play around with. So you could add 3 ounces or take away 3 ounces. So you're still within that 10% range. Because swinging a baseball bat is a highly skilled movement that requires the nervous system to be firing at all cylinders. So any fatigue in the nervous system will alter your mechanics and decrease your swing velocity. So I hope you guys found this article very interesting and took something away from it today. So with that being said, be sure to click the link for my website to see all the other content that I have up right now and to read the written article for this video that I posted. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I like to blog through there sometimes as well so that you guys could get to my website. So again, with that being said, keep swinging, and I'll talk to you guys soon.